peace land today because we are going to plant our trees that we have, so I'm super excited. And we see that there are already flowers blooming, so we're so excited to be here. We met the new neighbors and yeah, I did not know what to say. Like, I was just standing there getting nervous. I'm not a social person. I get really shy, and I was just standing and they were watching me. And they didn't really say much, so I was thinking, what do I say? So I started off with, "Hi, I'm Jolene." And they didn't react, and I was like getting nervous. Like, what do I say? So they asked some questions, but not a lot. So I don't want to have like a bad impression, but like I don't know. I'm so bad at small talk, so I just don't know what to say. But yeah, we met our new neighbors.
You have run off with the moon in your pocket, and nobody saw you slip away so soon. You can do no wrong in my eyes. Let's bury the hatchet, no more lies. Baby, you're wound too tight. Let me help you ease your mind. 'Cause nobody told you, I try to console you. You will get to where you're going. I'm not gonna sway you, I'll try to persuade you. You figure it on your own. Some might say that we can choose who we love, and if we lose sight of who we are, that we can go back and get a brand new start. Get in touch with our souls and understand our deep desire. So I climb inside to tap your heart, and I'm wearing the wire. Doesn't really matter who's wrong or right, I'm still gonna squeeze you tight with all my might. Sugar ring, I'm pouring down to lay my flight. That's okay, that's alright. So long as I can be with you, I feel so high, and I can't seem to shake it, and I don't know.
I planted all the trees. It was a lot, but I did not film it all. But I'm in a tiny house that's on here, like a little cabbage. Very small, but it's like the roof is falling out. Like there, it's like a big hole, and it's very filthy, very old, and I don't know if we can repair it. To have like a little place to have a toilet, or maybe to make like a chicken house out of it, because we really would love to have like chickens in the future. So maybe we can make this a house for the chickens, but I have no idea how to repair houses. Like I am not, like, I'm good at handy stuff with like painting and drawing, cutting hair, doing stuff with my hands is something that I'm good at, but building something is different. So I don't know how to start and make it like it's safe. So yeah, I don't know if we have to find someone that is able to do so, or do it ourselves. So I don't know. But yeah, we have this, and it's good. It's good. We are back from like the Expo in Brussels, where they were like a lot of setups for people that want to build their own home, and you could choose like from interior design, or like kitchens, bathrooms, even swimming pools, tiny houses, home buildings, and we to take a look at there because there were a lot of businesses there that could help us decide which one we would choose to build our home with, because it's important for us to have like an eco-friendly house, and there are certain things that we have on our list. So today we took a look and we had like a good conversation with someone that worked there, and I was so happy with the person that brought us some information, because he was really patient, and the way he spoke to us was for me very easy to follow. It was speaking very slowly and very clearly, and there was a lot of, it just was very easy for me to listen to, because a lot of the times when people are speaking and they are just jabbering, I end up not hearing what they are saying because it's hard for me to concentrate, and sometimes there's a lot going on and it's a lot for me to focus on. So it was for me very easy now to, because it was a long conversation, and normally I have like a very short span of time that I can concentrate on someone speaking. Ja, it's from de hond. Dat is van de hond. Kijk eens maar. But now I could listen for a long time and still be focused. So that's amazing, and was very important too, because it's important for me also to have like all the information and to understand everything. So yeah, we have some bundles with a lot of information that we have to go through, that we have to like look into and to understand more. So a lot of information, a lot of things to look into, but like I'm looking forward for it because it's for future and we are learning a lot. And yeah, that's what happened this week, and I'm so excited because like also we looked up some tiny houses. We are not going to live in a tiny house. I could, but my husband does not, and we have to both resonate with the future house, and my son needs my attention, so it's the first time she's bleeding. She's menstruating. For the first time, she's becoming a dog lady. Our groceries came to the house. And I'm super proud of her. She's a woman now. So we're celebrating it today with some treats, some extra snuggles, and some extra love. And we let her more rest, and yeah, I love you. Oh, Scotty. Those are some of my groceries, but I let them come to the house because first and for all, I have no driver's license. Second, my husband is always working so hard and we cannot always expect him to do everything of the groceries. Third, I have social anxiety. I get panic attacks and don't like busy stores. They are like overwhelming. So 3 important reasons to bring them home. And I'm so grateful that's possible. Hart, en dan doen je de... Je bent bang.
Ja. Oeps. Mijn beurt. Mijn beurt.
Wat vind je ervan?
Een beetje mislukt.
I'm in a new setting because I'm on vacation with my kids, and that's so fun about homeschooling. You can just go on vacation
Ik hoor jou.
in the middle of the year. Zal ik het openmaken?
Ja. Ik hoor jou. Ja, mama. Ja.
Ik hou van jou.
Nee.
Een zoentje. Mwah.
Mama.
Ja.
Mama, hier.
I'm going to try to make a video about my kids are here. It's already evening, but we're on vacation. But I wanted to talk about something
Mama here.
that is going on in my life right now, and it's a topic of what's going on, and I wanted to share it.
Mama here.
Thank you with you guys, because it's part of my journey and my spiritual journey, and I love sharing about those things.
Mama here.
But where to
Mama
begin?
here.
Thank you. I don't know where to begin, and maybe just by saying it, I'm probably autistic. I'm an alien on this planet, and I always knew, but I did not know why, and I did not know there was a label for it.
Mama is slow, but I do.
Yeah. I have a video in my head where I talk about why we homeschool, and the reason for it is a lot. It has to do with autism and my daughter. So that's what I can tell. And I started researching it. I rejected all labels earlier in life. And I didn't want to label my daughter, and I didn't want to label myself because I had negative associations with labels. Because as a child, I got some labels, not official labels, but like labels like you're probably dyslexic, or ooh, Scotty, she almost let my tea fell on the ground. Like you're probably this or that, or ADD, or nothing official, but just you're probably. And I also felt like some kids earlier that I met, like sometimes used those labels. Like I hear the kids say, like, I don't have to be a good kid because I have ADHD, so I can be bad. I have a label for it, so it's good. And I also use it because even though it wasn't official that I have to be quiet more because my daughter is already sleeping. I was never diagnosed with dyslexia officially.
Mama, why?
But even because people said like you're probably dyslexic, when I write mistakes, I feel so embarrassed. So I use the dyslexic label, even though it's probably not something I have. But yeah, it's easy to use them. And when you use those labels for negative things or to get away with things, it's not a good thing. But I recently started researching about autism, and it was like all the puzzle pieces I already have about myself and that I know about myself and my daughter. It felt like having a million puzzle pieces falling into each other and finally fitting. The story finally was clear. And I didn't want to take it also as like a disability, because I don't believe that those labels like autism, ADHD, ADD, I don't believe those are disabilities. I believe that that's just a different way of the brain of working, and science just don't know
Here, Mama.
very much about it and don't understand those kids. It doesn't mean you're disabilitated. Is that a right English word? Sorry if it's not. So yeah. And then I started observing myself, and I learned so much about it. I started like, it was like my new special interest, my obsession. I started like watching all the YouTube videos about it, TikToks about it, reading everything I could find about it, and like it came so clear, and things that I didn't know that had to do with autism. Oh yes, and this and this and this. I fit it completely. And even though like some people that have an image of autism, I realized like, oh, in women it expresses different. We mask, we learn how to like act in a certain way, play a role, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And like I started observing everything I did and felt, and I just, every time I feel like, yes, yes. So we started like planting those trees. And we met our neighbors, and I started like panicking in my head, like I don't know what to say, I don't know how to act, I don't know what to do. So I just let it fart. I just said like, my name is Jolie, like, and they didn't reply on it. Like, I was like, oh, why don't they say their name? They were like, you're the new neighbor? I'm like, yes. And then smile. I'm waiting for them to say something or ask something more. I did not know if I needed to ask something, so it was very uncomfortable and very it was awkward. And then we started planting those trees, and the whole time I was doing that, I was just thinking like, are they watching me? Are they watching me? Are they watching me? I felt uncomfortable. I felt watched. I felt like, oof. I didn't felt safe. And then because it took a little bit longer, my husband decided to take the kids to the store and just leave me and let me plant those trees. That's okay. And he did that, but it took a long while for him to come back. And I was already done.
Mama, ik zie
je. And I was waiting in like that little cabin that I showed in the video. And I started panicking in my head again. I started panicking like, he's never going to come back. He's going to leave me here. I don't know when he's going to come back. Maybe there's something happened. Maybe they had an accident. Maybe this blah 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 blah. My brain started. So I just started panicking, and I started like heavy breathing, becoming dizzy. Like I started doing this. I did not know what to do with myself, and I just was in panic, and if I didn't do something, I felt like I would faint. So I decided to just start walking. I started walking. Maybe I will see him when I start walking. Little did I know that he was like going to arrive when I would start walking, so he needed to search for me. So those things happen. I also feel like when I'm in public places, especially when I'm without someone that I trust and feel safe with, I start panicking. I start feeling like I want to disappear. I want to be invisible. I just don't want people to see me. I don't want people to start talking to me. Like those things, and that's so obvious. Another thing I saw is like the stimming. I do this a lot. Like every morning I listen to music and I do this. Sometimes like really hard, sometimes just like this, and it just feels so good. It feels so safe. I didn't know like stimming was also like I bite the whole skin out of my jars. I bite like the skin to like down my thumb, and like I bite it all off. That's a way of stimming. Rocking the leg up and down. Sometimes I'm like, if I'm very stressed, I start doing this. That's a stim. Yeah, there are so many stims that I actually do. The obvious one for my daughter was like the rocking. Even though I said like, that's normal, I do it too, before I realized it was a stim. This is something that my daughter does, like the hand flopping. That's quite obvious. So that's also where it started for my daughter, for me to realize it. I don't want to like make an hour-long video, but I could if I would, because there is so much and I just can't remember it all because it's so much. Like today we were on vacation, we decided to go to eat together, and then again my husband left. Leave me alone. because the kids wanted to play, they want to explore, and he said like, you stay here, and when they come, you ask the bill. And he was like gone, and after a few minutes, and they did not come to my table, I was like, oh, maybe I have to put my hands up, but I don't want to. I don't know, it feels so scary and awkward. And then like I started thinking like, oh no, maybe they are not going to come up to my table if I don't put my hands up, or maybe they will ask me to pay the bill, but I have no card and I don't remember like the code. So what do I do? What do I do? My head goes like crazy, and I started sending my husband like, how do I use this card, this new card, and what if they don't come to my table? Like, I have such a patient husband, which I'm so grateful for. If you're watching, my love, I love you so much. Yeah, it's not easy for both of us. Like a neurotypical person does not always understand the brain of an autistic, and sometimes that can like lead to misunderstandings. Sometimes can be hurtful, and the other way around, like. So yeah, I'm probably autistic, but I don't want to diagnose myself. It's like pretty clear, but I'm going to get tested in April, and I'm going to keep you up to date on that. And I think I would like to share my journey on the things that I'm bumping into, like my story, I think, as a child, feeling like an alien since I was so small, feeling different, thinking different, don't understanding people around me, like teachers and so on. I see the patterns also with other children, how I acted, how I also was like a little closed off from the world and always playing in my head, and like having my own fantasy, my own world to live in. And a lot of the times on the playgrounds, on school, I was playing alone. When I came home, I was like stimming, and I also was constantly like loaded with influences of sounds, smells. And then when I got a sister, like she was a lot of energy to cope with, so that was hard. And then I feel like I had meltdowns. I see that I had a lot of shutdowns. Like it also, like it just fits. And I could cry and be grateful at the same time, and I don't see it as a disability at all. I see it as a huge gift for now. As a child, I thought I was cursed, and I can't believe that for some people it's...
Mama is kak.
Yeah, there's some plantje. So, but I'm going to leave it to this, because I know... I know I can talk about things that I'm interested in. Wacht even, ik ben bijna klaar. So I'm going to leave it to this and just let you slowly come into this journey, and yeah.
Ja, wat zo vast. Wat het zo vast. Want ik kijk zo snokken. Wat zo vast.